Production of Requiem for the Shoah was made possible in part by generous donations from the South Florida Holocaust Survivors Association, Next Generations, the Jewish Music Heritage Society, and viewers like you. Thank you.
Shalom. I'm Rabbi Yaakov Thompson, President of the Flame Society. Today we are proud to bring a special presentation to JLTV viewers. As a nonprofit organization devoted to Holocaust education, the Flame Society recently held a concert called Requiem for the Shoah to honor the memory of the 6 million. Today we present this cantorial service to you in hopes that you will hold their memories in your hearts. No matter how you say it, remember, gedank, zachor. Remembering the martyrs of the Holocaust is a sacred task for all people. As you watch, please reaffirm your commitment to never again allow a tragedy like the Shoah to occur anywhere in the world. Friends, I want to welcome you on this very important occasion. We have just come through the days of Pesach. We have come through 1 week of Sphere, the counting of the Omer, that reminds us that each and every day is something to be seized and appreciated and utilized. I want to share this tribute that has been sent from the House of Representatives of Florida, from Michelle Vasilinda, whereas a tribute in memoriam of the Shoah. Whereas it has been 70 years since the implementation of Hitler's final solution, attempting the annihilation of all European Jews during World War II. And whereas more than 11 million people, including 6 million Jews, were murdered by the Nazis during the Holocaust. And whereas European Jews were marked by being forced to wear the word Judah during the Nazi occupation. Whereas the mission of the Flame Society is to teach lessons learned from the Holocaust, to ensure mankind never forgets. And whereas in remembrance of the Holocaust, the Flame Society has commissioned the flag of remembrance to serve as a reminder of the millions who perished. And whereas the flag of remembrance emblazoned with the word Judah in the center of the Star of David, with the Hebrew word Zachor above the star, and the words remember and we will never forget below the star. And whereas this flag of remembrance will be presented to the United Nations and to Yad Vashem in Israel as the official flag of the Holocaust. Whereas April 19th, 2012, the 27th of Nisan, 5772, will be Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day. Therefore, be it respectfully proclaimed that on this day, Sunday, April 15th, 2012, this 23rd day of Nisan 5772, it is a solemn honor to pay tribute as we dedicate this flag of remembrance as a symbol and an affirmation that we shall never forget the Shoah. Friends, at this time I'd like to call upon our Master of Ceremonies today, Mr. Lee Lazarson. Having read this tribute, an appreciation to all of you who are here today representing both state and local governments, and all of you who have come representing those who remember. We begin now this program, Requiem for the Shoah. Lee Lazarson.
Thank you, Rabbi. On this solemn day of remembrance for the 6 million Jews lost in the Holocaust, I want to thank you, the distinguished members of our audience who are here in the sanctuary today, and our viewers who are watching this program on Jewish Life Television, JLTV, throughout the United States and around the world. In memory of all those who were lost, I would like to read this poem by Holocaust survivor Dunio Bernhardt, who lived from 1939 to 2007 in Germany. Will I always remember? Can I ever forget? Or is this the sentence perpetual and conclusively set? Will the memories dwindle? Can the torment subside? Or is the cycle relentless as the flow of the tide? Will sadness release me? Can I ever know joy? Or is fate still unfolding some merciless ploy? Will somebody know me? Can I be seen through the haze? Or is the image evasive, an intricate maze? Will my life serve a purpose? Was it carefully planned? Or is destiny adding one more granule of sand? Like shadowy visions concealing in fear, most answers elusive, opaque, and unclear. But these so translucent through a shroud of regret. Yes, I will always remember. No, I will never forget. Rabbi Thompson?
Friends, before we inaugurate the flag and display it to you, I'd like to call upon again our students from Donna Klein to escort Mr. Otto Delicott to the bema. Friends, since ancient times, people have looked for symbols. Our ancestors, as they marched through the desert, the Torah tells us that every tribe had a particular symbol. The lions of Judah, you know that symbol very well, and each tribe had a banner as they made their way through the desert and then would stop to camp. Today, we bring to you and to the world a symbol we pray that will become a universal one. For those of us who first decided that it was possible to create one more organization and necessary to do so, we placed several goals before us. Number one, to bring educational materials, to create multimedia, television, recordings, curricular material, and to create a symbol that could be ubiquitous, a symbol that a Jew could go anywhere in the world and see and know that the Holocaust is not forgotten. Friends, we inaugurate this flag in the honor of the 6 million. Those who still need a voice, those who still need someone to say Kaddish for them, those who need someone to remember each and every one of them. We pray that your presence here is an affirmation, that you stand ready to remember them, to honor their memories, and to honor the pledge that collectively we make with people everywhere, saying never again genocide on the Jewish people, never again genocide on any people on the face of this earth. We pray that this flag will remind us of that every time we look at it. And I spoke before the bravery of our ancestors, the bravery they had not only to endure, the bravery to go on to create new lives. Today, we dedicate this flag in their memory. We pray that each and every one of us take the message of this moment forward and say never again, that their memory and our ability to remember is a sacred task. you want to come over here, please? I'm going to give this to Mr. Delicott, and then he's going to present it to you. On behalf of the Flame Society, we present this Shoah flag to Mr. Otto Delicott, who will then present it to the students from Donna Klein. We go from generation to generation with the gift of memory. I'll hold it for you. Go ahead.
My name is Otto Delicott. I'm a member of Temple Emmet and also a survivor. Dear Donna Klein Academy students, it was great emotions and appreciation that I was given the honor to present this Yom HaShoah flag to you. May it forever wave, to be preserved, and always be a reminder of the Shoah when 6 million Jews died only because they were Jews. I myself was for 5 years in different camps, including Auschwitz and Dachau. There are only a handful of survivors still alive. Most of them are 90 years old. That is why this ceremony for all of you is so important. To all of you to keep our memories alive and never, never forget the Shoah. Never, ever forget the Shoah.
I'm Bob Pianka, executive producer of Requiem for the Shoah, which is made possible by the Flame Society and JLTV. We hope you're enjoying the program. The Flame Society is dedicated to producing educational materials about the Holocaust. Unfortunately, it won't be long before there are no more first-hand eyewitnesses to the atrocities of the Holocaust. No one to directly tell the next generations what truly happened. It is our duty to preserve the testimony of survivors, liberators, and protectors so that the next generations will be able to hear what really happened from the ones who lived through it. And just as important, to get these testimonies on television and into classrooms where they will be seen. We salute JLTV for airing Holocaust programming, and JLTV will be airing our new program, Reliving the Holocaust Through Their Eyes, which is now in production. Won't you please support the Flame Society in its efforts to properly educate school children and the public at large as to what really happened and the lessons learned from the Holocaust? The Flame Society is endorsed by and works closely with Elie Wiesel, Simon Wiesenthal Center, Yad Vashem, and the United States Holocaust Museum. To make your tax-deductible pledge, please visit theflamesociety.org or call the number on your screen. Show your support for Holocaust education throughout the United States and the world. Please make your pledge today. Thank you.
Representing Florida's Senate District 30, including the city of Delray, we are honored to have her join us today, State Senator Maria Sachs.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I wish I could sing half as good as these kids. They're wonderful, and thank you, Donna Klein. And I want to thank everybody here. I want to thank Lee Lazarussen and the rabbi, and especially our Holocaust survivor, Otto Delicott. Thank you very much. My name is Maria Sachs. You may say, what is a Maria Sachs doing here talking to us about what went on those terrible days of the Holocaust? I grew up as a daughter of a refugee, and my dad, who was a very proud American, and I fell in love with a fellow named Peter Sachs. And but before we married, he said, Maria, you must come with me to my country and understand where I come from and the Sachs family comes from, because the Sachses are Holocaust survivors from Germany. One thing I highly respect of Holocaust survivors, and I have traveled to Berlin, to the displaced persons camp there at Schlachensee, to see what happened immediately after the war ended, when everybody came back into Germany and built this amazing camp. That was, and I'll tell you what it was a survivor of every camp or every refugee that fled Nazism from Germany, who came back to Berlin in order to be registered so they could either go to Israel or go to the United States. And in that camp, I saw something that was amazing, that will never leave me for the rest of my life. And I have visited most of the camps, starting with Dachau and Munich. But one thing that amazed me in this DP camp, where my husband was born, by the way, was life. And so I want to tell you, from my heart to yours, from my family to yours, it's to life. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Dr. Renan Gissen was a senior advisor to former Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon. Today, he is a leading spokesperson for the foreign press and the international community on security, strategic issues, terror, the Iranian and radical Islamic threats, the political economy of globalization, and the peace process. We are proud to have with us today Dr. Renan Gissen.
My friend, this is a very momentous event for me, and I think for everyone here, because the state of Florida is known to be a state where you launch things. You launch into space, the space shuttle. That's the place where you do things. This is the launching of a very important major effort, which is not singled out only for Jews, but for the rest and the entire human race, to make certain that future generations will never forget. Because if they will never forget, then they will stand up against it. And when they stand up against it, then they can ensure it will never happen again. It's a very clear formula. You have to understand. When you don't forget, then you know what needs to be done. And when you know what needs to be done, you also develop the means to do it. And I'd like to start with a personal story. I was lucky among the 13 million Jews who lived in the world in 1939 before the Holocaust, because my entire family did not go through the Holocaust. My great-grandfather came to the land of Israel as one of the first pioneers 70 years before the Holocaust took place. So my family does not carry the scars, neither on soul or on body, as Holocaust survivors and second and third generations. But my entire family, 4 generations, had to live with the consequences of the Holocaust. And living with the consequence has one important message imprinted on my DNA code, my parents, and definitely my sons who live in Israel: never again. And never again is not just a word. It's something that requires a mindset. It's something that requires the knowledge and the information. But that's the solemn oath of everyone in the reborn state of Israel. 70 years ago in Wannsee, a conference was held by Hitler and his executioners, setting in motion the final solution. And as Elie Wiesel, in his book, The Night, and other books that he wrote, and he's a Nobel Prize laureate on that, he called it the night, and for a good reason, because the night has descended on Europe. The night has descended on the world. And when you ask yourself the first question, why did it happen? What happened there? Why? Didn't people know? He identifies the categories. There were those who did not know, because the Nazi had a very sinister system to hide it. And there was those who knew, but chose not to know, ignoring, or chose to be silent. Then there was those who knew and denied. They knew, but they denied that it ever happened. And they live among us today. And the worst were those who knew and complied. All these categories, which existed at the time of Wannsee 70 years ago, exist today in the world today. The distance between Wannsee and Tehran, Wannsee 42, Tehran 2012, is a very short distance. The language is different, the music is the same, and the writing is on the wall. When I met Elie Wiesel before this conference, I told him, we have decided to establish a flame society that will tear away the darkness of the night that you so aptly described in your books about the Holocaust. The time to do it is now, not tomorrow. With your help and with God's blessing, we can do it together. Thank you.
Right now, we're going to bring back up on the stage our singers from the Donna Klein Jewish Academy.
Our first song is the Partisan Song. This song was translated from Russian to many languages such as Yiddish, Hebrew, and English. We will sing for you the Hebrew and the English. את היום הסתיר לשמי העננה זה יום ניסח ולעוד יעבר יבוא ומצדנו עוד ירים אנחנו פה זה יום ניסח ולעוד יעבר יבוא ומצדנו עוד ירים אנחנו פה Never say that you have reached the very end Through leaden skies a better future may portend For the hour which we yearn will yet arrive And our marching steps will thunder we survive For the hour which we yearn will yet arrive And our marching steps will thunder we survive
Donna Klein Jewish Academy is a Leader in Me school. We are being leaders in our school and our community. Every year we celebrate many important occasions and commemorate heroes of the past and the present.
Chana Senesh was a leader. She was a young lady who wanted to help the partisans during World War II. Unfortunately, she was captured and killed. Eli Eli is her most famous song.
We would like to end our presentation this afternoon with a song that all of you will recognize. This song strengthens our connection to Israel and Judaism. Feel free to join us. We would like to dedicate this song to Mr. Otto Delicott. Thank you for having us as your guest today. Here is Jerusalem of Gold, Yerushalayim Shel Zahav.
חושבת ובליבה חומה ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור הלא לחוש תיראית אני כינור ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור הלא לחוש תיראית אני כינור The olive trees that stand in silence upon the hills of time to hear the voices of the city as bells of evening chime. The shofar sounding in the temple to call the world to prayer. The shepherd pauses in the valley and peace is everywhere. Yerushalayim shel zahav v'shel nechoshet v'shel or halo lechosh yirayich ani kinor. Yerushalayim shel zahav v'shel nechoshet v'shel or halo lechosh yirayich ani kinor, kinor.
Well, now we're going to head to the centerpiece of today, which is our cantorial soloist concert. And in preparing for today's event, I did a little research on the history and the qualifications for being a cantor. So I went online, and naturally the first thing that came up was Wikipedia. And Wikipedia states that even in the oldest of times, the chief qualifications demanded that the cantor, or chazan, in addition to his knowledge of biblical and liturgical literature, as well as the prayer motifs, have a pleasant voice and an artistic delivery. And for the sake of these, Wikipedia goes on to say, many faults were overlooked. The chazan was required to possess a pleasing appearance, to be married, and to have a flowing beard. Sometimes, according to Isaac of Vienna in the 13th century, a young chazan having only a slight growth of beard was tolerated. Maimonides decided that the chazan who recited the prayers on an ordinary Sabbath and on weekdays need not present an appearance pleasing to everybody. He might even have a reputation not wholly spotless, provided he was a living life morally free from reproach at the time of his appointment. All our cantorial soloists today are accompanied by Gary Lawrence. Our next soloist is cantor Tali Katz.
Do you know the lullaby my mother sang to me? Did you know she had hopes and dreams when she set me on her knee? Did you hear a mother's prayer to let her child live and be free? That was my mother's prayer for me when I was only 3. But I remember the melody, I remember the song. My people have not died in vain, for I have have carried on. Yes, I remember the melody. I remember the song. My people have not died in vain, for I have carried on. We remember the melody. We remember the song. My people have not died in vain, for I have carried on.
I'm Bob Pianka, executive producer of Requiem for the Shoah, which is made possible by the Flame Society and JLTV. We hope you're enjoying the program. The Flame Society is dedicated to producing educational materials about the Holocaust. Unfortunately, it won't be long before there are no more first-hand eyewitnesses to the atrocities of the Holocaust. No one to directly tell the next generations what truly happened. It is our duty to preserve the testimony of survivors, liberators, and protectors so that the next generations will be able to hear what really happened from the ones who lived through it. And just as important, to get these testimonies on television and into classrooms where they will be seen. We salute JLTV for airing Holocaust programming, and JLTV will be airing our new program, Reliving the Holocaust Through Their Eyes, which is now in production. Won't you please support the Flame Society in its efforts to properly educate school children and the public at large as to what really happened and the lessons learned from the Holocaust. The Flame Society is endorsed by and works closely with Elie Wiesel, Simon Wiesenthal Center, Yad Vashem, and the United States Holocaust Museum. To make your tax-deductible pledge, please visit theflamesociety.org or call the number on your screen. Show your support for Holocaust education throughout the United States and the world. Please make your pledge today. Thank you.
Our next soloist is Cantor Yoav Koplowitz.
Growing up in Israel, we were taught every year, and I believe it with all my heart, that to make sure that the Holocaust will never happen again, we have to have a state of Israel, a strong state of Israel. So I invite everyone to now join me with the prayer for the state of Israel.
אבינו, אבינו, שבשמיים, צור ישראל וגואלו. אבינו, אבינו, שבשמיים, צור ישראל וגואלו. ברך, ברך את מדינת ישראל, ראשית צמיחת גאולתנו, הגן עליה בעברת חסדך, ופרוס עליה סוכת שלומך. אבינו, אבינו, שבשמיים, צור ישראל וגואלו. אבינו, אבינו, שבשמיים, צור ישראל וגואלו. ושלח אורך ועמיתך לראשיה, שריה ויועציה ויועציה ותקנם בעצה טובה מלפניך, ותקנם בעצה טובה אבינו, אבינו שבשמיים, צור ישראל וגואלו. אבינו, אבינו שבשמיים, צור ישראל וגואלו. חזק, 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 חזק את ידי מגיני ארץ קודשנו, והנחיל ישוע, ישוע, ועטרת ניצחון תיאטרם. חזק, חזק, חזק את ידי שריה, ראשיה ויועציה, ונתת שלום, שלום בארץ, ושמחת עולם ליושביה. אבינו, אבינו שבשמיים, צור ישראל וגואלו. אבינו, אבינו שבשמיים, צור ישראל וגואלו. צור ישראל וגואלו. ונאמר, ונאמר, אמן.
Wow. Our next soloist is cantor Margaret Schmidt.
We're here today to remember, and that's what this song tells us.
At the rising of the sun,
now, our inspiring leader of the Flame Society, Cantor Emil Levy.
שיר המעלות לדוד. אשא עיניי אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי. עזרי מעם אדוני, עושה שמיים וארץ. אשא עיניי אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי. עזרי מעם אדוני, עושה שמיים וארץ. וייתן למות רק לך, ינום שומרך. הנה לא ינום ולא יישן, שומר ישראל. הנה לא ינום ולא יישן, הנה לא ינום ולא יישן, הנה לא ינום ולא יישן. ישראל, הנה לא ינום ולא יישן, שומר ישראל. אדוני צילך, אדוני צילך, צילך יד ימינך, צילך יד ימינך. על יד ימינך, יומם השמש לא יככה וירח הלילה. אדוני ישמור ויקרא, את נפשך. אדוני ישמור את צאתך, צאתך ובואך, ישמור צאתך, צאתך ובואך. ויד נולד, יד
啊。
Maestro Joan Kupferberg.